Alright folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash, it's Orna, and this is a little talk about other realms. This is like a global raid event brought to you by Northern Forge. This is their final test run, so this is the second time I'm taking part. I think it's the third time they're doing it in total. And yeah, just going to talk about what it is, what do you need to do, what can you do, who can access it, why you want to access it. And yeah, it's basically, it's heaps of fun. So basically, if you are at least level 100, that is tier 5 and above, you will have access to other realms via your main menu. And in the top right here, you will see a little purple channeling globe there, which you will tap on, and that will take you to this other realms screen. And it seems like every time that they run this thing, there's going to be like a semi-thematic kind of name to it. There's a bit of flavor text. Okay, this time it's called Channels of Baelor. The last test they did last month was Mountains of Jotunheim, I think. So, you know, playing on the Orna lore a little bit. But basically what it is, you can see there's some raid bosses there. There's 7 raid bosses in total. And there's one of each tier from tier 4 to tier 10. And you can see this realm will currently close in 27 minutes. Other realms last for 24 hours. And let's go and check it out. So I've heard it's a little bit laggy right now. I didn't see how many people were in there. But basically it takes you to this, wow, we got red seas and, okay, you got mob spawning and everything. So it's like this other world land. I don't know if it's an actual physical place in the world somewhere. It seems like it's a river going towards the sea there, potentially. But anyway, regardless of that, let me put the monsters filter off. And you can see these look like world raid bosses. And but the best thing about other realms is you get to see other people from all over the world playing. It is like a little bit instant, so even if there's like 1,000 people here, you won't see 1,000 people. But let's just tap on some of these people, like Toka the Hobbit Kingdom. Okay, so it sounds kind of Spanish there. Oh, we found Knight 411. We found our mod. I'm not sure what's up with his title. Some kind of Patreon maybe with German text there, but this is really cool. You can just tap on random people. That's ourselves. Who else can we find here? You might be lucky to see some Northern Forge people, like I saw Odie last time, and there's a cool sprite there. Somebody's got yeah, one of the very first fishing event winners there, so you get to see some awesome sprites. And let's talk about the actual raids themselves then. So it's a little bit different in terms of a normal raid that has a set amount of HP. These global raids in other realms have infinite HP, and you can just keep going and going. So, you can only see your own damage right now. Right, okay, so I think this is to do with testing, but you'll see on, I might bring up some other clips here, but basically, normally you can see like 100 people, their damage, what they've done to the raid boss. It will be people similar to your level. So if you're level 150, you're not going to see me doing 5 million damage to Fomor, for example. And the health bar, that's kind of basically like a timer. That's related to the timer. When the other realms just opens, you'll see their health bar is full, but it's about to finish in like 10-15 minutes. So that's why it's so low. But it's a shame we caught it at a time that you can't see other people's damage, because it's the same idea. You can see your mates, your guildies, your kingdom mates. Again, you can find Northern Forge people in here if you're in tier 10, or people in your regional leaderboard, see how much damage they're doing and stuff like that as well. So if we just, for example, go in, it's basically like another raid, like any other raid. You can keep going, but it's infinite HP. You see there's no health bar up top. You can just keep tapping away. You can do as much damage as you want, which is what we'll talk about next, and that's coming on to the rewards. So the reason you want to take part in other realms and these global raids is that the rewards are boosted up to 10 times the normal amount. That's the basic rewards. You do also get extra rewards in terms of random materials. So, for example, let's take Titan. Okay, and you can see here there's a mix of kingdom raids and world raids as well, and event raids as well. It's currently June, and we've got Grand Knight Lugus. We've got Finesse, which is Finesse is actually a June, the event in June, but Lugus, I've not seen him for a while. Surtur is coming in July. That will be his main month. Excuse me, just had a nice cup of tea. And then, of course, you got the Mightiest Mimic raid there as well. So let's talk about Titan. So if you do, it's a similar sliding scale for normal raids. If you go and you do, if you go to your Titan Kingdom raid and you do 50% damage, that will net you, on average, 50% of the available experience, orns, and gold as a base. And for Titan gear, it will net you pretty much all of his gear as well. So, and then you'll get also the native material, which is titanium. For Titan, you'll get some of that as well. And you also get extra things like arena tokens, gauntlet keys. So basically, if a raid can drop all of those, if you do up to 10 times its damage, it will the rewards you get will go on a sliding scale up to like 10x. So hopefully, if it doesn't take too long, we'll also find out the rewards for this. Not exactly sure when they're going to drop. Last time it took it about a day to drop, but Northern Forge have been working on it to improve that. So don't worry if you can't do 10x damage to a raid in one go, because basically the cooldown timer for re-entering a raid when you are in other realms is 10 minutes. Okay, and let's talk about other cooldowns as well, because there are cooldowns to do with this. Okay, so you can see can be challenged again in 9 minutes. So it's basically 10 minutes. So you can go around, tap all the raids, go back in after 10 minutes. Now, after 2 hours, you will be kicked out of the other realms. You'll be kicked back to your origin town. And then it's not 100% confirmed yet, but I think as this is the final test event that they're doing, it will probably be very close to what they will go with when this goes live. And basically there's a cooldown timer upon entering other realms of 4 hours. So you can't re-enter until 4 hours have passed since you first come to the other realm. So if you come here and then you last the 2 hours raiding, it will be 2 hours again until you are able to return, unless you buy some realm crystals. So you can't see it in this screen, but when I go out of it, I'll show you. And so they're selling them, and that will give you instant access to return back to the other realms. So, for example, if you have very limited time during a specific Other Realms event, and there's a boss that you really want to hit for like max rewards, then that might be a case of, okay, yeah, I'll spend a couple of bucks and go ham on a fake cockatrice, for example, if you want those crimson pinions. So on top of the normal gear that they drop, again up to 10 times the normal amount, they will also drop random materials. So it's a great source of ascension materials for endgame players, and you can start building that up again from lower levels. But yeah, when you're endgame, you definitely want to max out on all of these, and it basically gives you a really good chance of getting some good equipment. For example, on this one, I'm looking at Fake Cockatrice, I'm looking at Finesse, and the Mightiest Mimic as well. 3 awesome raids, lots of good gear. Also event raids that, for example, the Lugus Gauntlets, if you missed out on those a few months ago, it's a good opportunity to get a pair of those. I really hope we'll be able to see what rewards we get. So the last time they did Other Realms, they've said that they're going to reduce the rewards a little bit, down-tune them a little bit from last time. I honestly can't remember exactly what the limits, what the scaling was for rewards, but basically people ended up getting like 100 summoning scrolls, 100 smelly mushrooms and stuff from the Fool. So not exactly sure what we'll get this time, but we can kind of work it out once we see that. So really, it's a really good chance for, from the majority of players really to go in and tap some raids. And if you are under-tiered from the higher tier raids, still go and at least do some tap damage, because you for sure are going to pick up some gauntlet keys, some materials, that kind of thing. And yeah, it'd be really worth your while just to tap. And a lot of those higher tier bosses also drop lower tier equipment. But so just remember, you won't be able to loot any equipment that is above your tier, but you can still get drops like gauntlet keys, materials, that kind of thing. But yeah, the really my favorite thing about this is being able to see loads of other people in the same area. There's a magic mage Kaba. We've got an alpha sprite here. You know, you can see who else is wearing your sprite, for example, and keep your eye out for Northern Forge team members. That's always good fun. And is there anything else we should mention here? I will show quickly a really awesome chart that Knight, where is he? He was here a second ago. See if we can find him again. Looks like he's left. But basically, yeah, Knight pulled together a chart for every single raid boss in the game with 10 times their normal raid HP. That's the other thing. What I was explaining, that you get up to 10x the rewards. To get 10x the rewards, you need to do 10x their normal raid HP in terms of damage. So you'll see here, Surtur is the tier 5 Surtur, by the way. So Surtur normally has about 6.8 million health, and you can see 10x of that is 68 million, and that will basically secure me the max possible rewards. Of course, there will be like a range between the rewards. Not everyone is going to get exactly the same. You know, there'll be a little bit of the usual randomness in terms of that, but basically I've given myself the best opportunity to get the best rewards from this raid. So I will link the picture that Knight's put up in the description below. That's really useful for, you know, share around your kingdom. It tells you how much damage you need to do to secure the maximum rewards. For example, finesse, I think we had to do something like 86 million or 87 million damage to 10x the health there, and that's kind of all there is to it, really. Just, you got to remember, after 2 hours you will get kicked out. The other thing happening right now during this event, which I don't know if they will patch out for future events, is if you accept a party invitation while you're in other realms, you will also get kicked out of other realms. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It doesn't seem like it should be, but that's currently what's happening. Hopefully that will be patched out. In terms of future events and the frequency that they are talking about running these at, it's always been 8 days. Like every 8 days they're going to run one of these. So once all the testing is complete and they're happy and they have nothing else really to worry about, and they push it to live, then it's going to be every 8 days this is going to kick off. So that infographic that Knight made up is really going to be coming in handy. So let's look at these realm crystal stuff as well. So I've just gone back home. I have nothing more to do in other realms, and if you go here you can see, okay, you see the cooldown there. To re-enter, realms can be entered again in 3 hours 47 minutes. So if you do last the full 2 hours, it will kick you out automatically. Then you have to wait another 2 hours. But then it tells you, use a realm crystal to reset the time in which you may enter this realm. Realm crystals are available in the top right. You can buy 5 for a couple bucks. But yeah, you can see there are 1,200 players currently there. So it's really awesome to be part of that global event. And who knows, they might use this to launch mega raids or something in the future. But what we're going to do, we're going to wait until rewards are distributed for this event. Hopefully it won't be a day, so we can get this video out, but we'll catch up with you then. Okay, the rewards are at least partly in. Unfortunately, I missed 4 of the early raids. Like the pop-up didn't actually pop up. So we've got 4 more though. You can see this global raid complete, 4 more. Let's open that up and see what we get. So it will be good to, I'll be able to explain kind of the drop mechanics and how it differed from the previous other realms, and what I think they're going to be doing going forward as well. So, I've put on auto dismantle I've turned to offer everything just to show you what it's pretty interesting seeing like a big long loot drop. And so if there is something you might consider that you want, just remember to switch or change auto dismantle before the end of other realms. Got a nice little ornate Fomor shield here. So the regular item drop table, it basically gets multiplied by 10. So for example, up here you get the Fomor katana. Okay, it gets multiplied by the average damage that you did. If you did up to 10x of its HP, then you'll get approximately 10 times the normal rewards. Normally, if you kill Fomor once, you get 1 of each item. So the Fomor katana, we've got 10 of them. Interestingly, you can see the other kind of let's call them ancillary drops, like the occult candle, speed tonic. Seems like the average drop for full health Fomor is 2, and we get 10 times that. So we've got 20 of those. 20 roughly 20 affinity candles, lucky coin as well, lucky silver coin. Now, the one in the middle there, mithril, and up here, platinum. These are innate materials that the raid drops. So it's not auto-dismantled from equipment. It's just, if you kill the raid, you have a chance to get this material straight off the bat. So most of the Kingdom raids have this. Not every raid does, though. So you just got to watch for it. But it seems like it seems like they're halving the rewards from the Orniversary event, and well, I say half. I mean 500 platinum is still a lot. So it seems like the innate material drops are going to be roughly 500x if you do full 10x loot damage, HP, whatever you want to call it. So that seems actually really good. Platinum is quite a rare material, believe it or not. But once you start getting into Ascensions and you start getting blocked by raid materials, other realms is really going to be worth your time for sure. What else do we have? Wood and stone. Okay, I didn't know they were actually also dropped by Fomor, so it seems they were dropped by Fomor. And then at the bottom we have the random materials. So it looks like we're going to get up to 100 times, or 10x per. You're going to get 10 random materials per full HP that you kill. So we did 10x on Fomor, so we're getting 100 of these random materials on average. You can see there's some a little bit higher, a little bit less. Adamantine, Dragonite, those are kind of, I guess, the best ones I got there. Hopefully this is where me personally I start getting Curse of Orthodox stuff. But hopefully you get the idea. I don't know what other... I don't know if we're going to see another reward screen here, but let's give it a go. Okay, we get Lugus as well, so let's open that up. And we get a bunch of Shadow Garb. Nothing ornate here so far, it seems. 500 Baalinor, that is super good. Baalinor is a rare, well, it's a raid material, so that's really nice to get. Did I do anything interesting here? Okay, Wolf's Blood. Yeah, nothing really special on the random mats for me personally this time. You can see you get the Lugus gauntlets there. So definitely for me personally, I'm gonna be having auto dismantle on at least for certain tiers of the raids that I know I don't want any equipment from. But you can see here on average, getting 10 pieces of equipment. It just means you get 10 times the chance of getting a decent bit of loot. So those were the only 2 loot drops I got. Did actually get the rest of them. Okay, I got fake cockatrice here. Yeah, so I got these rewards, but I didn't see the pop-up, unfortunately. But you can see they're similar. Again, you got the random materials at the end. And I got like 10 chances to get a nice Crimson Pinion. Of course, I didn't get anything nice. Got 1 broken Crimson Pinion fairly typical. And I want to show you finally the Titan, the other kingdom raid. There it is. There's the titanium. There, roughly 500 titanium. So yeah, really good for those hard to find raid materials. Mightiest Mimic was here. I don't think I got anything nice. Again, the pop-up didn't actually arrive. So yeah, we can check the new, see if we got anything nice. Famed Fayedi coat. I saw someone got 2 ornate Fayedi coats, which is absolutely ridiculous. Looks like we're gonna walk away from this one with only the ornate Fomor shield. So I'll see if I can find a good build for me to work that one in. But yeah, I've got some dismantling to do. That's a lot of titanium that I'm gonna get. So going forward, I believe they haven't changed their mind. They're going to do it every 8 days once everything's good. The rewards came much faster on this test than the previous one. Previous one took like 24 hours, even more for other people. For some people, this time seems to have been almost instant. Within an hour, it started coming out, and then it's roughly been 2 or 3 hours since it's finished, and I think I've got all the rewards. Now, so just remember, Odie made a comment just now. People were asking, "Oh, where's my stuff? Where's my rewards? Is it over or what?" Yeah, basically they're giving, because there's so many people going and tapping these raids. They're giving hundreds and thousands of loot drops to thousands of players. So it does take a while. Just be patient. You should get your rewards in the end. And yeah, going to be on a rolling 8-day cycle. So if it doesn't suit you for a few days of the week, eventually you'll be able to, spend some time, hopefully, and do some damage that way. Otherwise, you can just tap. If you have limited time during certain days of the week, you can just do a little bit of damage, or you can even just ignore it. It's not that big a deal. The extra materials are, I think, for me, one of the biggest incentives, especially if I'm blocked on a certain type of material, such as a cursed ortonite. Yeah, I mean, if we ever see Arisen Morgan there doing 320 million damage, is not something I'm looking forward to. But I do need that cursed ortonite because I seem to get it every single ascension level. So let me know if you had fun with this other realms. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them with what we know so far, but should have covered everything kind of during the course of the video. If you've got any questions, of course, just give me a shout. Big thank you to all the Arisen Orna Legends for supporting myself and the Orna Legends ecosystem. And it allows us to run things like the PvP tournament, which is currently in round 2. Stay tuned for a few videos on that, and also for Grand Finals Day as well. But in terms of other realms, that is that. And hope you had fun. Hope you had a bit of luck on your drops and you got what you wanted. I'm Nujabes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.